You paid off your credit card debt. You slashed your student loans. The only thing left between you and debt freedom is paying off your mortgage. One of the most commonly talked about tools for paying off your mortgage early is refinancing. Let's explore a less common tool that can be just as powerful: recasting your mortgage. After learning what mortgage recasting is and investigating how recasting is different from refinancing, we'll dig into the pros and cons of recasting your mortgage to help you decide if this real estate strategy is right for you. But before I do, please consider giving me the YouTube triple thanks. That's hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, and commenting down below. I appreciate you considering it as I am looking to grow this channel. Thanks. Okay. What is recasting your mortgage? Well, one of the most popular topics on Marriage, Kids, and Money is paying off your mortgage early. It makes sense. After all, this is an incredible step towards living a debt-free life, and it can help you even become a millionaire. So, how do you do it? Well, there's no one method to paying down your mortgage debt, but a mortgage recast can definitely help. In fact, a mortgage recast can reduce what you pay in interest and slash your monthly payment amounts. Sounds pretty good, right? To recast your mortgage, you will need to make a large payment on the principal of the loan. After that, your mortgage lender reruns your mortgage numbers in what's called a reamortization. The reamortization, or new repayment schedule, should lower your monthly payments. To illustrate how this works, let's use some very simple math. You originally had a $500,000 mortgage that charges 3% interest for 30 years. That means you pay $2,108 each month. Now you recast by putting a lump sum of $50,000 toward your principal. That drops your payments to $1,897 per month, which means you're paying over $200 less per month for the entire life of your loan. To learn more about how a recast situation would work in your situation, you can use a recast calculator online and crunch the exact numbers like this one. So, as an example, let's do this. I'll put in some of my details for my previous mortgage situation. We got a house with a $195,000 mortgage at a 3% interest rate. Our principal and interest payment was around $1,300. This didn't include our taxes and insurance, by the way. We ended up selling our previous house after we bought the new house, and we pulled in around $30,000 from the sale. Let's say we used that to recast our mortgage, and we'll say that the recasting fee is $300. We hit calculate and voila. The recast takes our mortgage down by $200 per month, and our overall savings is around $7,000 during the life of our loan. And this includes the recasting fee. Pretty sweet, right? Okay, let's talk through the mortgage recasting steps. If you qualify, you can actually recast your mortgage in a series of simple steps by working with your current lender. Here's step 1. Request a recast. In some instances, if you've already been making extra payments to shave down the balance of your loan, your lender might reach out to you about doing a recast. More likely though, you will have to initiate the process. Some banks and lenders advertise the service, but not many do. That means you might be able to click through the mortgage dashboard to find out more information in your case with your lender. In other cases, you'll need to contact your lender by chat or by phone to learn about their specific process. Step 2, make a lump sum payment. After you start the recast process, your lender will typically ask you to make a lump sum payment. Some lenders have a specific dollar amount that you have to pay as a minimum requirement. Others, they don't. Keep in mind that the more you pay, the lower your principal balance drops. That then means that you can expect smaller monthly payments for the life of the loan. Step 3. Pay a servicing fee. While it's not impossible for recast to be done for free, it's highly unlikely. Depending on your lender, you can expect to pay anywhere from $100 to $500 for a mortgage recast. Step 4, move to your new repayment schedule. After your recast is complete, your loan will be re-amortized. That's a fancy way of saying that you'll get a new payment schedule reflecting the amount of money you'll need to pay each month. Know that it's important to keep paying your regular mortgage payment amounts until you know for certain that the re-amortization takes effect. You haven't come this far only to get hit with a big penalty. Step 5, put your money to work. Now that you've done a recast, you can start to plan for the extra money that you freed up. Maybe it means replenishing an emergency fund or growing a sinking fund for future expenses. Perhaps you're ready to get started with investing. Or maybe you're gonna take a vacation to celebrate this big victory. Whatever you decide, make sure it aligns with your financial plans and your values. So, who might recast? Well, recasting your mortgage is a real estate strategy just about anyone could use, especially if you hit one of these situations. A home sale, like we talked about with my example. If you move into a new home before your original house sells, you might do a recast after the sale by taking some or all of the proceeds from your sale and applying it to your new mortgage. You can slash what you owe each month. Or a windfall. Maybe you land a very generous bonus at work, or perhaps an inheritance comes your way. You can use this windfall money to make a lump sum to pay towards your mortgage. A saving strategy, perhaps. Many times people slash their budgets or they start side hustles and they decide to put a little bit towards their mortgage each month, or often as they can. Another debt freedom strategy is to set aside money into a savings account, let your savings grow, and then make a lump sum payment. Well, you may be asking yourself, how is mortgage recasting different from refinancing? Well, in a recast, you pay extra towards your mortgage principal, dropping the monthly payment amounts of your mortgage for the remainder of your loan. By recasting your mortgage, you pay less interest over the life of the loan. Additionally, your recalculated payments are smaller. However, this recast is done with your existing loan. That means the interest rate is unchanged. Conversely, refinancing your mortgage involves taking out a new loan. After you apply for a new loan, this replaces your existing mortgage loan. Because your new loan is smaller, your payments should also decrease. Refinancing is often used when mortgage interest rates drop significantly. For instance, maybe you purchased your home with a 30-year mortgage at a 4% interest rate. After several years paying on the loan, interest rates plummet. You could then refinance into a new loan to take advantage of dramatically lower interest rates. So, what are the pros and cons of recasting your mortgage? Well, let's start with the pros. Number one, lock in a lower payment. What would you do with another $200, $400, or even an extra $600 per month? Depending on how much money you put towards your balance, you could free up hundreds and hundreds of dollars each month. That means that you can work on other goals on your debt freedom journey. Number two, it's easier to qualify. If it's been a while since you took out your mortgage or you simply blacked out the ordeal from your mind, let me remind you that qualifying for a mortgage is a lot of work. You have to prove employment and income, and lenders do a deep dive into your assets, so you have to document where it all came from. Your credit score and your history, they're evaluated. Recasting is not nearly as involved. Usually it only involves requesting a recast and being able to make a lump sum payment. Number three, cheaper than refinancing. Refinancing your mortgage is much more expensive than recasting. While the amounts depend on many variables, including your lender, most mortgage recasts only cost a couple $100. Now let's talk about the cons of recasting your mortgage. Number one, there's usually a fee. There is a cost, right? Recasting your mortgage is not usually free, albeit it generally isn't very costly either. Still, some people prefer to avoid these fees and simply add to their monthly regular payments. Number two, eligibility issues. Recasting generally applies to conventional loans. Think a 15-year or a 30-year mortgage from a bank or other lender. That means if you have a government loan like a VA or a FHA loan, you can't recast. The same is usually true for jumbo loans from lenders as well. Number three, timeline doesn't change. It's important to note that most recasts will not change the length of your loan. Your payments will be smaller and you will pay less interest. However, you still have a 15-year or 30-year mortgage. So, in closing, as with all things in personal finance, there is no one-size-fits-all solution to paying off your mortgage or even growing your wealth and becoming a millionaire. However, recasting your mortgage could certainly be a real estate strategy that fits your financial goals. If you're looking to free up some extra money each month and save on interest for a small fee, reach out to your lender to see if a recast option is right for you. But enough for me, I'd love to hear from you. Are you working on becoming mortgage free? What do you think of the idea of recasting your mortgage? Please let us know in the comments below. This is Andy Hill from Marriage, Kids, and Money, signing off. Carpe diem.